Welcome back again, Power App enthusiasts. We are jumping on our final challenge, which is creating our Power BI report. And the requirements are to create a Power BI data visualization report for our marketing team to showcase Shelter accomplishments. But before we begin, please, if you're new here, ensure you hit that subscription button and add the notification bell. It's the least you can do to help support the channel. And also, if you learn anything new or if you're enjoying the video, give the video a thumbs up. All right, if you guys are ready, let's get on with the video. So we have some requirements on the left, some trends and numbers. This you can pause the video and read this. We're just gonna jump straight to building our report. And just a short demo of the report we're gonna build. We're gonna have, this is what we're gonna be building. And this is actually stored in our Power BI workspace. So at the end of the day, when we finish building our report, we're going to actually share it on the Power BI workspace. And I'll show you how to do that. So we're going to have a landing page, a filters page, an available animals page with some more graphics and like a link to the model-driven application. And then we're going to have more detailed reports with visualizations. So I hope you guys are excited. Let's just jump ahead and start building this report. If you want to download it, my best suggestion is to go to the Microsoft Store. So just go to the Microsoft Store. Awesome. So go to the Microsoft Store and just search for Power BI. As you can see, I have the Power BI desktop installed. Once you're done with that, you install that, you should have your Power BI, and then you can continue with our tutorial. So if you need to do all that, you can go ahead and pause the video and do all that. But if you're ready to go along, let's start with our first Power BI report. So the first thing we're going to do is just open it and go to the home plate and click on New Blank Report. Okay, so once you do that, the first thing we're going to have is an untitled Power BI desktop. And I'm not really going to go into the details about how Power BI works. I'm expecting you guys already have some form of knowledge. This is not a video about that. We're trying to get our Power Up challenge completed. But we are going to be using most of this, so you're going to learn it either way if you haven't done anything on Power BI. So the first thing I'm going to look for is an opportunity to save. For the visualizations tab, click on the Format tab, and then go straight to Canvas background. And we're going to change this image. So don't bother with the color, just go straight to the image and click on Add File. And the first thing we're going to do is grab this picture if you don't have it. So this picture comes from the image, and I can share this later, but let's just go ahead. Well, if you're doing the Power Up 2024 challenge, this picture already comes with the Word document. Now, once you put it in, it's not really going to show until you start to change the transparency a little bit. And I'm going to make this fill. Okay, that looks good. Now I want to save. And I'm going to save this as Animal Shelter Demo Report. I know it's a little bit long, but it works. And you can change locations or you can just save it here. I think this is fine. My documents is fine. I'm going to hit save. And now we should have our name changed to the name of our report. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this page. But let me add like a couple more times. Let's use this so we don't get longer pages. And you can add as much as you want, but this should be fine for now. And then I'm going to rename this. So I'll be back. Oh, you know what? Just come along with me. I keep forgetting there are people who haven't done this before. So if to rename, you just click on the page, double click on it, and then type on top of it. And that's how you change the name. Let's do the same thing for second page, double click on it, and then type all over it. Awesome. So I'm back, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages, and I'm gonna hide some of these pages. So for example, right click on it, you can hide them. And this just means they're not gonna show in a Power BI service, but you can still click on them and go to them when you are building the report. Let's start with our landing page first. So click on the landing page to go to the landing page, and we're gonna start modifying from here. All right, so let's jump ahead and start adding some visualizations, some visuals to our landing page. So click on the Insert tab, and once you're on the Insert tab, go all the way to the right, and let's start with adding an image. And we're gonna grab our logo. Let's insert that in here, and you can adjust the size. That looks good. I'm gonna leave it as like that. The next thing we're gonna add is going to be, let's add a button. We'll add a text box later. So click on the button tab. So the second tab, click on the button tab, and let's add a blank button. And just drag it all the way over here. And let's modify this button a little bit. Okay, so let's start modifying with the style. So go straight to the style and then turn on the text property. And let's rename this. We'll name this report filters. Add some font size, like 40. Okay, that looks good. Let's go down a little. I can't tell. Let's go to the field property. And let's just turn this on. Awesome. And I'm gonna turn down the transparency a little bit. There we go. All right, that looks good. I don't know if you guys can hear the noise in the background, but it's raining cats and dogs over here. But either way, I hope it's not bothering the background. The last thing we need to change for this button, expand this a little bit. Last thing we need to change for this button is the action. So click on the action, go down a little. Let's turn it on. And what we are trying to do is to navigate. So click on page navig on the type, and then in the drop down menu, pick page navigation. And for the destination, we're picking report filters. So if you click on this, it's actually going to take you to report filters. If you hold Control down and do that. All right, that looks good. I'm just going to save it at this point, and I'm going to duplicate this 2 more times. So just click on it, Control C to copy and Control V to paste. All right, so we Control C and Control V, you should have 2 more reports. Just separate them. And if you notice, there are some grid lines that helps when you're guiding, that guide you with your placement of your tabs. So just use those grid lines so they're more aligned. And then we're going to rename our reports filter. So this is not going to be reports filter. It's actually going to be available animals. So just click on the one you want and then change the text property. Okay, so I'm back, and once you've renamed them, you can expand them too. So just click on like available, and it looks like it needs more space. So I'm just going to expand that and do the same thing for the rest so that they all look alike. And we are actually almost done. Well, one more thing we need to change for the available animals. So remember we changed the text property, so it's now saying available animals. One more thing we need to do is change the action property. So it's still going to be page navigation, but this time around, the destination is going to be available animals. Do the same thing for the shelter review. So just click on the shelter review, and it will actually take you to the action button, and just change the destination from reports filters to shelter review. And with that, we are actually done with our landing page, and you can save. Awesome. So we are not going to work on our reports filter. It's going to be basically the last page we work on. The next page we're going to work on is going to be the available animals page.